up with the sunshine glow. Besties chat and stereo.
Ahoy! We're here.
Howdy.
Welcome to
Socially Unsocial. I'm Patty.
And I'm Danielle.
And we are your hosts.
And if you don't know that by now, that means you're not listening. And Santa's watching. It's December 16th.
Santa's watching. Do you know how many times I've said that in the past week and a half since December has started? And
Has it worked? Does it work? Has the elf worked?
No. Actually, I don't really know. I don't know.
Because that's what I was thinking the other day. I saw someone like, oh, for all the parents out there, here's an elf idea. Wrap the elf's leg like it's in a cast and say that Santa tells the elf not to move for the next 2 weeks and bam, gets you to Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's genius. Because if I probably survey 100 moms, have your kids gotten better? Have they listened better since the elf has appeared? Probably 99 out of 100 of them will say, hell no. And then the only thing the elf did was add more work to your plate.
Well, let me say this. First off, what if kids are listening?
No one's listening.
You don't think Liz listens in her car with her kids?
No. She knows me. There's no way she listens in the car with the kids. Because my brother told me yesterday that now Johnny, the 4-year-old, every once in a while will come up to him and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because he listens to your podcast. Okay, so here's the thing. When the elf comes to visit from the North Pole,
okay,
he or she, I guess, yeah. He or she or they, when they show up, it's not about making the children act better or not. In my opinion, Santa sends his elves to keep tabs, to encourage them to be nicer, but mainly just like the holiday spirit, just to have a little fun. It helps me.
What holiday spirit do we need to cram into December?
That's a very good point.
Then we
There's
need
too
to
much.
brainstorm on the next big idea. So now we're going to have Santa and the reindeers and Mrs. Claus. Now we have the elf,
Grinch.
the Grinch, people who hide the pickle and what.
You know what? My kids want to do that. Michael keeps being like, "Mom, can we do the pickle ornament?" And I keep forgetting to buy one. I remember everything else in the world, but I forget that pickle.
So now we need to add something else to the list that people will buy and do and become multimillionaires.
Oh, like a tradition.
Yeah. Look at the people who invented Elf on the Shelf. I want them on our podcast.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was Santa.
So sorry. I figure our average audience is 35 to 45, but okay, 12-year-old out there.
When I listened to last week's episode, I was like, oh, I really went hard on selling the make-believe, but that's fine. Magic all around. I'm here for it. Sign me up. Sign me up. Love it.
We'll keep the magic going. I'll bring you back to reality in January.
Never do. Don't ever bring me back to reality. I'm much better off. The world is better off when I'm just blindly happy.
That's okay. You do you, girl. You do you.
Oh, man. So, high lows.
Oh, we're just jumping right in just in case, because I feel like almost last week we might have almost forgot it because we like squeezed it in at the end.
I know, right? Sometimes it's hard to remember what we planned because it's just so fun talking to you.
I know. I was just going to start talking about Christmas gifts.
Oh, I love that too.
Okay. Well, okay. Highs and lows, real quick.
Yeah.
All right, my low.
Mm-hmm.
I freaking chipped my tooth.
Talk about clumsy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could see it from here. Oh no.
I know.
I mean, it's barely
Oh, you can
see it. No, maybe I can't. Maybe it was just the glare.
I need to go to the dentist and have him fix it and file it.
I think you're fine.
No.
It has character.
I'm crazy about teeth. Like if I had all the money in the world,
I would have
really
noticed.
Straight white teeth. So now it's really bothering me. Like when I can't even look in the mirror. I can't even smile at myself. So that whole smiling in the mirror to get you in a better mood is not working for me because I'm like, oh, you look like trash, girl.
Okay, you're acting as if your tooth is chipped off. It's the tiniest. What would you even call that? A fraction hair?
Yeah, probably.
Is that what they're? No, what is it?
A hair fracture. Hair fracture? A fraction of a. I don't know.
It's a very small, very, very small, minuscule, tiny little chip.
I know, but I put a lot of pressure on teeth.
Your teeth are beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Now
I'm going to talk like this the rest of the
No, literally, you cannot see it. Your video quality is so bad. You could never see it. Your whole tooth could be gone and it wouldn't matter.
Oh God, no. My husband's like, you have really bad genetics and teeth. He's like, why the hell would you do it? Because I was trying to take a couple, what do you call them? The things out of your watch.
Battery?
No, like the notches to make it smaller.
Uh-huh.
It's called something. I can't think of it. So you have to take the pins out. Well, I got the pins out and they were coming out, but I couldn't grab it. And I was too lazy to go downstairs and get a plier. So I used my mouth. And obviously that backfired.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Everybody always says, do not use your teeth.
I know. I know.
So my teeth got disaligned a little bit from grinding my teeth. I think.
Links.
I was going to say, I don't know. I forgot that you have a fancy watch apparently that has like metal. I'm just thinking like the silicone Apple Watch. I'm like, what do you mean?
But I do, yeah, I have it. But when I'm trying to be fancy, I have the chain link ones that like look nicer, so I don't look like trash.
Oh, that's awesome. So you think it was genetics? Do you not drink enough milk? Is that what helps your teeth?
That's a myth too. Milk had to take the it does a body good off their advertisement because milk doesn't
do a body
especially
good?
Milk in America. Ugh, don't even get me started on that.
Unless it's breast milk.
And I've never had it.
Really?
No, my mom did not breastfeed.
No, as an adult, not as an adult, but like you've never. I mean, I don't know.
Why would I try your breast milk?
I've tried. Why wouldn't you? It's like we call it liquid gold for a reason.
I don't like regular milk, let alone breast milk.
Whatever you're talking about, whatever you're making.
Because then I'm thinking breast milk just to me seems, if I'm drinking milk, it has to be ice cold and I have to have it along with a very warm pastry. Thinking breast milk, it's like warm or hot.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is warm. Yeah, I don't drink milk, but my boys love milk. So milk is the one thing that I constantly get to do my Target pickup orders for because constantly we need milk. Every single day, they're begging for milk. Not so much my middle guy, but my oldest and my youngest. Don't come at me because I just get regular milk. I do not get goat's milk or almond milk or
no, that's fine, but do you have a Costco membership? I think we talked about this.
I do, but I don't have a card for myself. Mike hijacked his parents or something weird.
Yeah, but Costco is like the best to buy milk because it's bigger and it's cheaper.
Beautiful. That's where he usually goes.
Oh, okay.
Well, unless he's busy, and then I just do a Target pickup.
Because I was like, God, the last time I had to pick something up at Target and get milk, I was like, damn, this is expensive in comparison to Costco.
Yeah, like $4.99, $5.99.
Yeah, you can get like, I think it's like under $3 for like a gallon and a half or something.
How do they do that?
It's like their chicken, rotisserie chicken.
Oh my gosh, so good. Mike's on a salad kick right now. You know what? That is my high.
That's your high?
That I am married to somebody who makes good food. And we talked a couple weeks ago about how I can't even put a good salad together. He's whipping up like, it's amazing.
So you made a fancy salad?
He does it every single day. And then he'll leave some out for me for when I get home from my workouts. And then I get to have my salad. I'm like, well, this is great because I was about to shove my hand in the bag of Cheez-Its, you know? It's so much better. So that's my high. Thanks, Mike.
What a good hubs.
Mm-hmm.
What was your low?
You know what? Too much pressure. I don't know yet.
Okay. I'll talk about my high.
Thank you.
Okay. So actually, I don't even know. My friend Kim, she's so busy. She has 3 kids. They're all in sports. She's a immediate care ER nurse-ish. And her husband travels for work. So she's uber busy. And the other day I got a missed call from her and I was like, oh, okay. And then I call her back and she was just calling to check in on me.
Aww.
And seeing how I was doing before the chaos of the holiday season. And I was like, man, I'm like somebody who's super busy, had a minute, you know, in between dropping her kids off and having a day off and running her errands. She called me. And I was like, that was just so sweet because I feel like, you know, not a lot of people do that. Mm-hmm. And then later I text her, I'm like, oh my God, you made my day. Thank you so much for thinking of me today. And, you know, taking the time to call me because again, as we know, Patty doesn't like phone calls. A lot of people out there don't like phone calls, but it was so nice. And she was just like, oh my God, I think of you more often than I call. So it's just great to catch up. And I was like, thank you, Kim. So
that's awesome.
It made my day. It made my week. Again, that's what we kind of push.
Yeah, I was going to say, did she listen to our podcast where you said, reach out to your people?
No, I did. I should have asked, but I was like, no, because I think I start talking to her about the capsules of the cow meat and
the liver, primal, whatever.
So no, I think she would have yelled at me about that. So I guess she hasn't.
I know we can always tell if someone's offended if they haven't brought it up. I know certain people haven't listened to the podcast because I'm like, you would have talked about this. Either you loved it or you hate it. Relatable or hateable.
Right. Oh, that was also, well, we can also say like another high because I got a little Christmas gift, and you could tell that this person listens to our podcast because
Was it truffle?
Yeah, Shannon. It was truffle chocolates,
Oh,
mushroom coffee,
oh my
and then
gosh.
like a nighttime detox tea.
Like the trifecta, like
Yeah.
everything that you need. I love that. That's so sweet.
So husbands out there, if you are listening, if we are reaching like a demographic like that, see, it's so simple. Just listen and do. Right?
I know it's really hard though. So giving gifts is really difficult sometimes. So I'm racking my brain being like, what does this person tell me that they like? Have I worn something, talked about something? Have they told me and I just didn't notice that they are into something and then I could give them that thoughtful gift? I mean, it's not easy to be a good gift giver. Amazon obviously helps, but here's my thing. When I was younger, it would be either a thoughtful gift or an expensive gift. And you could do one or the other, sure. But if you could find a gift that is not just thoughtful, but also on the pricey side, that is the winning ticket for me because now you've thought about me and then you've dedicated some of your money that's hard to come by. That just puts you at the next level. That's my favorite kind of gift.
Oh, see, expensive wouldn't really.
Okay, so if I'm just gonna write you a story, that's one level.
Right.
And then if I'm going to write a story and pay for Shutterfly to put my pictures and the words in an actual book, now it's thoughtful, but I spent some money.
Okay, spending money, but you said expensive, so I'm thinking you're going to bring me a Louis Vuitton bag.
Listen, nobody's getting me and my fake Louis Vuitton bags are not about to buy anybody a real one. Come on. Okay.
Well, that's what I thought when you said expensive. So if you have to spend some monetary.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's expenses, or like for me to say, oh, this was expensive, like my puffer vest from episode, what was that, 2, 3, 4, and 5, when I kept crying about how much I spent. Everyone's idea is going to be different. So you have to take that into consideration. But yeah, just like spending a little money, spending a little time. I guess that's the thing about love languages too. You have a gift language, I would imagine, things that bring you happiness or things that, because sometimes people will get gifts and I'm like, ooh, like cringing inside. What a bad gift.
That's why I don't like opening gifts in front of people. It's just because people are watching you.
I know.
In anticipation on what your face looks like. And maybe you're just not a good gift opener.
100%. And you know what though? If you're giving a gift, you must know the person well if you're giving a gift. Know your audience. I have one person in my life who, without fail, every time I give them a gift has let me down. They are never excited about it. They don't even.
Your husband?
No, he's a great gift receiver.
Oh, is he?
Mainly because nowadays I don't even remember life before kids. The kids are around, so every year I'm like, boys, what do you want to get Daddy? And Theo every year, slippers. He always wants to give Mike slippers, and this poor guy has 3 pairs of slippers. He doesn't need any more slippers. But so when the kids are around, he hypes it up because he knows that they were part of the process, or even if they weren't part of it. We usually try to tell them what it is ahead of time, like even if it's a minute before the opening, so that they're in on it, So no, he's great. It's another family member who's just horrible.
We'll just let them remain nameless.
Listen, I'm going to figure out who does and doesn't listen to my podcast, because whoever does listen is going to be like, is it me? No, this person absolutely knows who I'm talking about. You know that it's you. And you know that every time I give you a gift, you do not give me what I want in return.
Okay. You think it's just their personality, or do you think you just suck at giving gifts to them?
No, I think that, like you said, some people don't like opening gifts. It's a lot of pressure to open it, all eyes on you. So that is what it is. It's more of like that. Shall we call it like gift opening anxiety? Is that a thing?
Well, we'll make it a thing.
I know, right?
Everyone puts anxiety on top of or before and after a word, so now we'll just do it.
I was going to say social anxiety, but it's not that. It's different. It's not social anxiety. It's literally specific anxiety that is only tapped into when you are about to open a gift in front of somebody.
Is this person the same way when you give them a compliment? Because I feel like it kind of almost goes hand in hand. If you're not good at getting compliments, it's because you're not good at opening gifts in front of people.
That's such a good point. And yes, you are spot on. That person does not take. So I heard once, just say thank you. Like if somebody says something, you don't have to reprimand yourself or explain why it's not true or explain whatever. Just say thank you. But
Yeah.
then that goes back to, when people say, I really like your dress. And I don't know, is it a Midwest thing? I forget what people call it, but it's like a girl thing that you always have to tell them where you bought it and if it was on sale or
Oh,
not.
thank you. It's been in the back of my closet, or it was on sale on Amazon.
Yeah. TJ Maxx, $15.
Yeah.
I get so excited. I like to tell people where I bought things from if you like what I'm wearing or what I have. It's like, oh, it's from so-and-so. But it's funny, we take it that extra step further. And I really try the past couple of years to stop myself from saying, oh, like it was on sale or it was on this or that. Unless they're also about to get that sale. Just don't even. But it's ingrained in us. I don't know.
Sometimes less is more. No, but yeah, it's like maybe that becomes like anxiety, because then also it's like you feel bad. Or like, do you ever feel like when someone gives you a compliment, you have to give them one back, and then it's just like weird? It's like, oh, I like your hair.
You're trying to figure out, what do I like on you today? Yeah. 100%. I love giving compliments. A good thought, maybe because I'm a fitness instructor, so I take my job very seriously, but I'm trying to make people feel good. So if I see something, I always make a point to say it immediately. And then in my real life, when I'm not hosting my class.
That's fake life.
Well, that's fake Patty. If you know me as an instructor, you know something happens when it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes before class. I take my job very seriously. I'm here for one. I'm not like Richard Simmons.
You're here for the party.
Yes.
And they're here for the patty.
Oh my God, that's so cute. It is a party. People have said it's a patty party. And I'm like, I love this. Let's keep going with it. But so then in my real life too, I'll like randomly compliment people and they're not expecting niceness in the grocery store line. And I can tell that people are kind of taken back by it. And I want to be like, no. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to make the world a better place. It's easier to do in my classes because people expect me. And then, in the real world, people are like, why are you talking to me?
Sometimes it's better to do the unexpected.
I'm here for it.
Try it.
Shock them all. Hit them with a plot twist. You saw me standing angrily and really struggling with my children and I'm breaking a sweat and you think I'm just this like mean person. But then I'm going to turn around. If I see something nice on you, I'm going to say it.
Oh, you should, after you have a meltdown with your kids, then you should just turn around and do a dance. That will really freak people out. Like, what's wrong with this lady?
Oh my gosh. Speaking of this, can we talk? Did I already share a low? Because now I know my low. My low is that, okay, well, this is a two-parter. There's the low in the middle of a high.
Oh, I like that.
My oldest, who here was part of band? I wasn't, so I shouldn't raise my hand. But listeners, were you part of band? Danielle?
No.
Okay. I never know with you, wrestling manager. what fun things you have in your Mary Poppins bag of life. I never know what you're pulling out.
Yeah, no. Standard recorder, mandatory. That was about it.
I don't even remember if I did a recorder.
You did. It was like mandatory.
I probably ditched those days.
Oh, you bad girl. That's like second grade or third grade. There's no way you're ditching.
Maybe.
Oh, you were a
rebel.
I
wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was just begging my mom. I don't want to go. No, I don't remember the recorder. I'm sure it happened, but I was not at all into band. But Rena, my older sister, was in band.
I would have never guessed. If you had to line them all up, she would be the last one on the list. But I would say, yeah, not at all.
All my 7 siblings, she'd be the last one.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'd messaged her the other day and I said, hey, tonight, Theodore, my oldest, he wants to play the trumpet. So you have to start with the clarinet. So he just started band this year. He's been doing it for over 3 months and they had their first band concert. And I was so excited. Rena was working, so she couldn't come to make it in time. But I told her, I said, good for you, because you broke the stereotype for our school to where cool kids, like she was like one of the coolest kids in her grade. She was on the cheer team. Everything she touched turned to gold. And then she was also in band. I would be more embarrassed when I had to walk next to her into school. And what did she play? I want to say the trombone or the saxophone. It was a big thing.
Holy shit.
It wasn't some cute little clarinet. It was huge. And I'd be like, Rena, and she'd be like, wait for me. I'm just like coming with my huge, heavy bag. I'd be like, can I not? This is the one time I don't want to walk next to you. But no, I mean, it was great. I think that kids... That's the sad thing. I was the younger sister, so I shouldn't have been thinking that she was nerdy just by doing one activity. Like, come on. But there is a stereotype.
But I also feel like music has made a transition. And like
Thank
Actually,
God.
being a nerd is actually cool.
Mm-hmm. I love that for kids today. I'm trying to like.
So
What
what
is
was your low though?
Well,
Was your low?
here's the thing. Okay, my low is the fact that my stories are 50 years long. Okay.
Okay. If I missed your low.
No, it's coming.
Oh,
Okay. I haven't gotten there yet. I have to set up the story
Okay,
properly. Okay.
gotcha.
So that, like, so I'm so excited for Theodore, for my son, because when I was younger, I would have never in a million years done theater or music because of the stereotype. So now he really wants to play the trumpet. He's going out of his comfort zone. He's a soccer fanatic. Now he's going to do something different. So I am so proud. Now I'm going to his event. Mike's working. So I invited his parents to come to show up for Theodore and be happy. Mistakenly, I did not leave my 4-year-old with a babysitter. So it's 6:00 at night. You think it might be fine, right? I fed him all dinner beforehand, got him out the door, da-da-da. I had a few parents afterward message me being like, the boys did so good tonight and bravo with you with your little one, because he was at the side of the stage shouting for his brother, making, and it's like a quiet situation, but how do I tell this boy, don't cheer on your brother? And then, so he's cheering him on, and then he wants to get really close to the stage, and he's 4, so he's getting all the way up to where all the band people are. And I'm just like, okay, well, if I walk up there, I'm making more of a scene and I'm blocking all these parents who are filming. And he's just like sitting, staring. And then it turned into, he would look at me and he would do a moonwalk almost. One of my friends was like, I saw him doing a moonwalk, like toward the instruments. Because he knew that I was like, I am like, Joseph, get back here. And he was like, I'm doing it anyways, Mom. And everyone could see. And then on the way out, one of my friends had to spider skills, catch up to him in the parking lot. And I was tapped out. I was like, babe, if he wants to get hit, if he wants to fall down this hill in the back of the school, like there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Oh, so that's my low. Once again, dealing with toddlers.
That kid, I think, is going to give you a run for the money.
The weird thing is, this is exactly how my oldest was. So I know there's an end in sight.
Really?
Every parent's
The other
struggling.
is rambunctious?
Oh my gosh, he was even harder.
Oh, I don't.
So
remember
independent, so stubborn. It takes a while to kind of harness that personality. I don't know what else to say.
All right.
But if you're struggling out there, you're not alone. And the holidays are really hard because it is so much excitement.
Oh yeah, you're on the go and probably extra sugar and extra treats. Yeah.
I know. I try not to before events because I know what's going to come out. What was your low?
Oh, I told you my chipped tooth. We already talked about that. You want to go back to it?
You want to keep bringing it up? I'm sweating over here. What's happening?
Your heat's working.
The furnace guy's here. So Danielle pulled up today, and there's a truck in the driveway, but almost an hour before the scheduled time. So I'm very confused. I'm like, oh. And I looked at her, I go, our first podcast guest is here.
Furnace maintenance for everyone. That would be a good gift. Maybe, right?
I mean, that's a lame gift, but no, necessary, yeah.
Necessary, right. But you also thought it was possibly a gift, too, that your mom was sending him over to put up Christmas lights.
Because it's the same company that puts up Christmas lights, and we just talked about it all week. And I was like, did Mike order Christmas lights for us? No. I was out the other night putting up lights with my kids.
Okay.
So not on the house, just on the bushes. Mike's going to do the house. I mean, it's basically Christmas tomorrow.
I was going to say, you're a little bit behind.
We are behind.
It's okay.
Is it?
So then if you're going to put them up now, are you going to leave them up till Valentine's Day? Make sure just put up all red, and then you can use them until Valentine's Day.
That's cute. We have white, and then we have colored. We have not red. But that's a good idea.
Oh, I like white lights. I don't like colored lights.
Neither do I, but the kids like colored lights. No. So now, what do I do?
But colored lights are Christmas.
Mm-hmm. On the house, the white lights on the house look super classic.
Yeah.
And then the colored lights, that either they are still children themselves a little bit, or they have children that are begging for colored lights. Right. What are you, team white lights or team colored
Team white
lights?
lights. But then it was funny because I was a friend texted me this morning about our Instagram reel. He's like, I didn't even have to watch it, and I already knew how many fingers you would have holding up. And I was like, aren't you so glad you know me? And then I was asking if he was coming in town for the holidays, and he was like, no, it's just so hard. He's in the restaurant industry, and then he's got all these animals, and then to find sitters for that, and then to find a place to stay when I'm there. And I was like, well, that's your fault. You shouldn't have bought so many animals, because I think he has 3 cats and 2 dogs or some shit. And he's like, but it's all the love, and the children love the dogs and the cats. And I was like, see, that's why I would make a horrible parent, because I couldn't care. They could plead their case 100%, be like, I want a dog, I want a cat. I would be like, nope, sorry, not happening.
I mean, we have dogs, so I don't really know what I would do if my kids were begging and I didn't want them. There's plenty of things that they want and I don't allow or I don't want myself, so we like segue it out of it. My Christmas tree has white lights, so that's my thing. But dude, the thought or the idea, I do not want another dog. Penny is an angel. She's 14. She's the sweetest little dog I could ever ask for. She's super easy. Her energy level is super low at this
Until
point
I
in her
accidentally
life.
run her over in the driveway one day.
I know, she's quick for this 14-year-old senior.
I know, she just pops out of nowhere. I have anxiety every time I pull in and out of your driveway.
Mhm. I know. We have an invisible fence that hasn't worked for years, but we still just let her out. And she loves when people show up. She's the best host. She wants to greet you.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel loved.
But there's something to be said about a puppy on Christmas morning. Like that, to me, that's the best gift ever.
If someone gave you a puppy, no,
Mhm.
I don't think pets should be given as gifts. I think you're crossing a line.
Well, I mean, if my husband sets it up, I send him reels. Last year, I was real big on it.
Okay, within your family. Okay, if you guys decided for the kids. But there's been people, I won't name any names, Danielle Early, who bought my sister a cat one year for her birthday.
That is so funny.
That is just not right.
Did she keep the cat?
They were away at college, but then when you're away at college, you always have to come back, right? And so we were all living together, and I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, no.
And the cat fucking hated me. It pissed everywhere.
I could see the cat hating you.
But then when the cat got sick and my sister couldn't deal with it anymore, I had to take it to a no-kill shelter.
Oh.
And it was terrible.
Yeah, that's sad.
So if you're out there deciding what to give as a gift, if pets were on that list, remove it, scratch it off, don't do it.
Unless it's an easy pet. One year for my birthday, my siblings got me 2 betta fish. I think I cried, and I was 16 years old.
I know, fish are cool, but you also have to clean the tank.
It was this tiny tank. I think betta fish are like self-cleaning.
No.
Or it was easy.
How long did it live?
Oh my gosh, you do not want to get into this story. Not long enough,
See?
Danielle.
That's what I'm saying. Then they die, and then they're attached, and you got to buy another one, and buy another one.
Mm-hmm. We have, you know how I always take videos and home movies with my family? The day that my fish died.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh. Now, I grew up with 7 kids, and at this point, we all still lived at home. And I was in high school. We all lived at home, though. And I told
Most
everybody.
kids do still live at home when they're in high school.
My older siblings, you know what I mean? I'm the middle of 7. So my older ones that were in college, because if I'm a sophomore, even Rena was in college, but we all still lived at home at this point in life, the day that my fish died. So I think it was a couple months. I don't know. However it happened, I walked in my room, the fish was dead. And I was very attached to these fish because in that same year, I had just lost both my grandpas. And I think I actually named one of the fish after one of my grandpa's initials. So they were very sentimental fish to me. And they were only a few months. The one fish dies. So I'm heartbroken. And then all me and my siblings decided to host a funeral that night. So like we invited the whole family.
Is this on video?
The whole thing's on video. My one sister's boyfriend was the priest.
Oh my God.
And
I need to see this video ASAP.
Priest. I'm like, if anybody wants to say anything about the fish, now's your time. I'd love to hear your memories of the fish. Obviously, we were kidding, right? But in the moment, I was like, we were just so traumatized by losing both of our grandpas, and we're a very close-knit family. One passed in April, the other passed in July, and then my fish were given to me in July. So anyways, this is a few months later. So we're like, sorry, why? Because I'm a horrible storyteller and it's going on and on, or about the story in general?
like, you guys were in high school in college. It's not like you were 5 and 7. You were playing house.
Yeah, okay, so my room has 2 doors. So you would come in the one door, pay your respects, and then you had to go out the other door. Peter actually showed up because I told everyone you have to wear black.
Oh my god, we need to put this on our YouTube channel.
So Peter showed up as the Grim Reaper, and I'm like, that's a little insensitive, Peter. The fish died. And he's like, oh no, this is the best outfit I could have worn to the funeral. I'm the Grim Reaper. So then the priest, my sister's boyfriend, had to have
and the fact that he just jumped in and participated with this is beyond me.
He hosted the whole thing. He loved it. I mean, I think that we like sang like a song.
Was this Tara's boyfriend?
No, it was Chrissy's at the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah, it's one of like my more. Did that happen? Are we okay? But I guess you put 7 kids growing up in a house. We're bored. The things that you come up with.
Yeah, clearly.
So we had a funeral for my fish, but I can't be the only person in the whole world. Maybe the only 16-year-old that hosted a funeral for her fish. But people have done this for kids for
most just stand over a toilet, say goodbye, and flush. No one just serves cocktails and hors d'oeuvres and
I know.
says something about a fish.
Oh, it was a whole thing. It was so funny. And then we were laughing so hard, and I was like, I hope you're crying and not laughing under your veil, because that would be really, really traumatic for me if you're showing up and making a mockery of my funeral.
Oh
we got really, but also it was healing. It was healing for all of us because we had a lot to work through losing my grandparents.
Well, whatever helps you heal. Everyone's got their own way of coping. So if you needed to bury a fish and have a full out funeral for that, then God bless you and your family.
Thank you. I accept your condolences.
This episode was going to be about gift giving and good gifts and bad gifts. And we talked about a fish's funeral. So
chipped teeth and funeral for fishes. You never know where we're headed.
Oh my god. Seriously. I feel like I'm vividly like seeing it, but I can't stop. Okay.
I can't wait to pull up the video later.
I cannot wait to watch it. I'm going to bring all the popcorn. So switching gears
into gift giving. You have one and a half more weeks from today, if you're listening to this when we air it. So you've still got time.
Yeah. So if you're looking for ideas or inspiration, we're going to talk about some of our favorites, some of our not so favorites, and some ideas that we've been talking about that we think some people might think are cool.
So Danielle's not favorite is an animal.
No.
Maybe my favorite might be an animal. What else is your favorite? What's the best gift that you've been given in the last couple of years?
Well, it's so weird because as you get older, it's almost like you don't really, anything that you want, you usually buy, right? So it's kind of like you need to be personal, but like thoughtful. I don't know. We were talking about before, like the best gift I've gotten in a very long time because it's usable and that's something like you didn't have to spend the money was the Roomba, the self-vacuuming robot, the iRobot vacuum.
Did you buy that for yourself or did Jay get it for you?
No, that was a housewarming gift from my sister and my mom, I believe.
That's a good gift.
Use it all the time. Like the amount of dirt that it gets and I don't have to sweep.
Nice.
And vacuum. I mean, I still do all that stuff, but you do a really thorough job. So it's a really great gift.
That's wonderful.
It's probably on the pricier side. I think they probably come down over the years.
Do you have the one? I've heard that there's one that like mops.
No, I don't have that one yet.
Okay, that's like the next.
Once this one dies, we'll probably invest. But wood floors are also weird. Let's stop it for another day.
What? It's like ridgy texture?
If you have like the machines and it's mopping and it's not, I don't know, you're not supposed to put steam on wood floors. And so you got to make sure you're using the right equipment.
Yeah.
So blah, blah, boring.
I mean, the way that we talked about your cooking, I'm surprised that you think that floors are boring.
I don't think they're boring, but I'm sure our listeners don't want to hear about me and my floors.
All right, Roomba I've always actually wanted, but I'm a little nervous. We've always had dogs, and they have accidents sometimes. And maybe it's not just their accident. Maybe they've thrown up. They've gotten sick. and God forbid that little Roomba robot goes and gets it and then spews it everywhere.
That happened to Ange and Pat. They don't use their Roomba anymore.
Okay, so yeah, it's not an urban legend. That really
That
happens.
really happens. Yeah.
Terrifying. Here you think that you're getting a little help. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible.
Yeah. What was your favorite gift?
My favorite gift recently. My favorite gift right now that I actually just got for myself?
No. I was just gonna not that you bought for yourself and try to pawn it off that Mike gave it to you. What is a good gift you got from somebody else that you didn't know you were getting?
I didn't know. Okay, well, I need a minute. My memory's really bad. I'm sure it was such a great gift I would remember.
Okay, it's like just last Christmas, your birthday, Valentine's Day, anniversary.
Oh my
The
gosh.
best gifts are the just because gifts. Like, oh, I saw this and thought of you.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Those are like the best gifts. And that's-
Sweatpants. Mike saw sweatpants for me from Costco and was like, oh, and I wear them all the time. I love them.
see, something so
Just
simple.
because I saw them, I thought that you'd like them. Or maybe he saw them and was like, listen, this price is way better than what she's about to spend at Lululemon. So the more $15 2-packs from Costco I can get.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going with that one. Mm-hmm.
No, he does great gifts. He knows that I like getting gifts. I think it's important to show the kids too that we give and get gifts and that we don't just brush over things, or big or small. It doesn't have to be something huge.
Right. It's better to give than receive.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes Christmas is really hard because the kids just receive so much, and even birthdays. It's, oh, you were born. Here's 20 gifts from all your 20 closest friends that we invited to your party. So it's interesting to try to instill certain things in them. So we are very mindful, I guess, of trying to get each other things and still, show them that, hey, we care. And when you care about people, you go out of your way, you make time for them, you plan and prepare, the whole thing.
So I was thinking that the other day because I was like, I used to think that candles were a very unthoughtful gift.
Yeah, generic.
But as I got older, I really enjoy candles. I'm very sensitive to certain scents.
Yeah.
But the thought is, I'd rather someone gift me a candle than me and go spend my money on a candle.
Ooh, I love that. Because the best gifts are the things that you hear this all the time. Get them something that they would never get themselves. Right.
Because I'm like, oh my God, you're just like the thought process, like, oh God, that's $12, $18 for a candle.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you're getting them and they have nothing else to give you, and it's like either that or something else you'll never use, at least you're using it.
Absolutely. Well, I love that you said this because I've gotten a lot of candles. Actually, for my birthday, I think I got 3 candles from 3 of my closest friends. And I was like, oh, this is great for me. I don't like lighting them because my son always blows them out. He thinks it's his birthday and he just runs over, makes a wish, and blows out the candle. Super frustrating. I finally, now going back to what I just recently bought myself, that I'm telling everybody this is a really good gift. Go to TJ Maxx, go on Amazon, wherever you shop, go find or better yet, shop local, but go and find a candle warmer. I finally got one. It is so beautiful. You can either put so it's a thing that has a light that's strong enough. So you put your candle on this little wooden plaque under, it warms the candle without the dangers or the chemicals of the flame and all that stuff. It is so great. Every morning now I turn my tree on, I turn the garland on, I turn my candle on, and you can choose a bright setting or the dim setting. And the dim setting literally is the same exact light that would shine like from a candle. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's such a good gift. It's a good price point. You can find them from $25 up to $35. I think it's the greatest little gift.
Oh,
kind of thoughtful, kind of not, kind of just generic, but something you would never buy for yourself,
right?
Unless you're me. I was like, I want this thing so bad. I'm not even waiting for Christmas. Not even.
Do you make a Christmas list?
Do I make one?
Yeah.
No.
Does anyone ask you for a list? Like your mother-in-law, your husband, your mom?
No, everyone's pretty good. Mike will always ask me like, hey, do you want this, before he goes out and buys it? And I mean, if I want something, that's what I told Mike the other day. We were talking about it, going back and forth. And he's like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I don't know. Look at what I've bought recently. That's what I wanted. But I've already got it, right. You just buy it yourself because it's just what we do as adults.
These scales that like test your BMI too keep coming up in my feed because I was like, listen to
boring. It. No, worst gift alert ever.
they kept coming up. It was in a podcast, so I was like doing research just to see like how much are they and what are the benefits and what else do they do that. And I kept like I sent it to Jay, and he's like, "You trying to tell me something?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I just want." He's like, "I don't think we need a $200 scale." He's like, "Are you trying to tell me this is like this is a Christmas gift idea?" I go, "For who?" He goes, "For you. This is the third one you sent me." I was like, "I didn't think I sent you 3 of them. I was just showing you the difference because I thought it was kind of cool because." They say it's not about your weight, it's about your fat index. And I was like, so I'm like, and they were on sale, they were half off. So I thought it was pretty cool. I thought he would get excited about it. I thought he would have liked it, but clearly not.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, that is interesting. One year I got a Fitbit. You remember Fitbits?
Oh, Fitbits, yeah.
One year for Christmas, Mike got me a Fitbit. Wrong gift. This was before I started teaching fitness.
I was actually thinking about that because like you went from not working out at all to like literally a fitness queen.
My workouts, this is what makes it really hard. You know when they say that you get married and then you can either grow together or you're going to grow apart, right? And like people change constantly. So I'm just lucky that Mike fell in love with me. And then as I evolved into who I am today, he also loved the journey. But I do remember when I first got into fitness, he was like, you used to harp on me for going to the gym. And I'd be like, well, yeah, because I want to hang out. I wanted to go get food. I wanted to go to the bars. I wanted to do this, and just have our little day dates and stuff. And you're going to the gym. Who does that?
Right.
I was the type that I would go to the gym 4 times a year, maybe. I don't know. And half of those times, I remember one time I pulled up and I got to the gym and I was on my parents' membership, which is the only reason that I had a membership because I'm not about to have paid for that way back when. No, didn't think it was important. And I pulled up, looking around my car, don't have my headphones. So I said, F it. I pulled right out and went home, turned on the TV, had some food, had a little snacky snack. I mean, but then I got into indoor cycling and the music and the dark room, all of that just took out a part of me that I didn't know there was a place and a space like that I could zone out. And I wish that I had seen something like that when I was in college. I mean, much better advice than whatever I was doing in college.
Right. And that kind of goes to show you that sometimes maybe it's not about the gift, maybe gifting an experience because can open people's eyes. Because if you never went, you would have never, I mean, can you imagine what your life would be like? So
I would have to have another outlet, like another creative outlet. I'd be doing something
But who
else.
knows, maybe it wasn't a creative outlet. Maybe you would have just been drinking
An
White
alcoholic.
Claws.
It goes from me teaching 8 fitness classes a week. That's my entire personality is a bike. And then otherwise, what else would you be doing?
I was just trying to think of like the ultimate worst. Just for some comedy.
I bet you're right. No, I have no idea what I'd be doing. Cleaning my house more often. I don't know what I would be doing.
But see,
I'd have a lot more time to do things around the house if I wasn't constantly thinking about my next playlist and my next class. But when you like something, I mean, go after it with all your heart.
No, that's good. But that's why I'm a true believer in experiences.
You are, and you're really good with that. Like the vacation, I can't share one of the best gifts that I'm giving, but it's really exciting and it's an experience, a trip. Absolutely. I also want to get a gift like that and be like, boom, pack your bags, we're leaving tomorrow.
That sounds fun in theory. I feel like I'm a little bit spontaneous but also a control freak, so if someone tried to do that to me, I'd be like very anxious, like what did I have planned that week? I had something going on, who's going to cover me and all the things.
True.
So but it would be cool. Like I wish I had like enough money to be like, oh, we're doing nothing on this Saturday night, let's hop a plane and find out where the next flight's going off and just do that for a day. That would be so fun.
Well, it'd be cool if your partner had a job that you could make sure that they were covered without them knowing that you were doing that, right? So then, because that would be my first thing. Well, okay, I have to teach all these classes. And then he would say, no, I spoke with so-and-so. They got everything covered for you. Little do you know. And we're going here for 2 nights or 2 weeks to Paris, whatever.
Mike, are you listening?
Yeah, right.
You can't go to Paris for 2 nights. It takes 2 days to get there.
Well, no, I'm saying like 2 nights in Nashville or 2 weeks and then Paris. Yeah. It doesn't have to be the 2 weeks. It can be the 2-nighter, but I'm just throwing it out there to see what sticks.
Nashville or Paris?
That'd be a really great gift. I go on a lot of, I love travel. I love vacations. Anytime that Mike can get off work and we can work it out, we try to go, I don't know, a couple times a year, whether it's to Wisconsin or we don't do staycations, but a lot of people lately, like in the holiday season, are going downtown and doing like a one night stay somewhere. And I think that's super cute. The kids are like loving it and walking down with all the lights. I don't know. It looks cool. I've never done it.
Oh, well, there's a cute motel close to the city. Free of charge if you ever want to do that.
If you're donating your living space.
Motel day closing.
Oh my God, I love this for us.
Then it would be like even more fun, like a staycation.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we would love it.
So maybe next year.
Done.
We're almost, like, Christmas is almost over in the blink of an eye.
Well, you know what? We were talking how December's so busy and then January is so busy. So now we're pawning off things to February.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me.
It's okay. They were saying it's better to plan things so you have things to look forward to, because it just motivates us to get through a crappy moment or get through a crappy day or get through a crappy week. Like, you always want something to look forward to, even if it's just something so small, and kind of motivates you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's like our girls' trip in May. It could be 9 months out, but it's still something to talk about, look forward to, plan. And then I remember, because I've been thinking a lot about Taylor Swift, and she had
like,
this.
who doesn't?
Listen,
You and Leah.
me and every other 10-year-old girl. So I've been thinking a lot about her because she dedicated, it's been over a year of several nights a week, her doing this Eras tour. And I only teach cycle classes, but when a room of 40 people is hooting and hollering and cheering, like, that moves me in a way that I can't describe, that I almost feel bad for people that have never been an instructor and feel that. And sometimes I'm like, wow, now I know what Lady Gaga feels like. Like, now I know what, because the adrenaline that you get from seeing a room of people doing what you ask or whatever. So being Taylor Swift and the fact that she has these little chants with her audience and she comes out in a new outfit for whatever song it is halfway through the tour, and the whole stadium not only notices but is like screaming at the top of their lungs because, oh my God, you have a new snake on your outfit or whatever it is. Like, to be able, I can't even fathom really what she has experienced. So anyways, long story short,
Land the plane. Land the plane.
I've been thinking about her a lot because she must be really sad that it's over. So then it's like this anticipation of all the things that you're going to do in life, whether it's your wedding, bachelorette trip, girls trip, anything. When it's over, like, how do you kind of deal with that? It's really hard.
I feel like that's a kids with Christmas.
But after Christmas, you get all your toys. Are you sad after Christmas?
No, I'm very happy.
Like, I'm never happy.
No, I feel like the anticipation, because the kids are always just looking forward to December. It's the same thing.
Mhm.
That's why we try to do, we don't do our, Christmas or birthday gifts. We just do a vacation a year,
I love
whether
it.
it's the year of the big vacation or it's the year of 2 small vacations or whatever, depending on where we are financially. But that's the thing. It not only gets us excited about something, but usually we go somewhere tropical. So it's okay. In the middle of winter, when you usually can stop shaving and gain weight, it motivates you to keep shaving and lose a few pounds.
What a visual. I think that that's great.
Okay, moving on. Did your family ever do the white elephant game?
I'm still laughing when you go land the plane.
It's so funny because it's been coming up in my Instagram, and they're like, every time you're talking to someone who just keeps talking in circles, you need to say land the plane. And I was like, oh man, I don't even know who I can use that to and for. And then I'm like, well, came in handy today.
That is really funny. But you know what I'm thinking? What's that one movie that's Are You Not Entertained? That's my thought. You're welcome for my entertaining stories that go round and round and have all these little side stories and these exciting facts.
No, I do enjoy it, but then I can start seeing it on your face. You're like, holy shit, I don't know where I'm going with this. And I don't, how did I start this? So that I figured I was.
No, you know what my face is doing? At that point, I'm trying to, like, all these other little exciting events. I'm like, no, I've already added 5 exciting events into my one story. I can't possibly entertain anymore. How do I land the plane?
Yeah. So from now on, I'll just be like this. However they do that at the airport.
But Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Testing. Welcome. Thanks for flying with us. Please fly again. Consider us in your next traveling.
I might use Spirit next time.
Oh my! I saw Spirit was like in some
bankruptcy.
Yeah. They like would charge or something if you had a check on or carry on. They would like single people out and they would give their employees more money.
I think that's all airlines. I saw the video.
Wow.
They would, if you were working for the airline, they would pay you. If you caught people that had a carry-on bag that was too big, they would give you $10 a luggage. And they paid out like something like $26 million in like, what did we call that? Commissions to the people who worked on the airlines who got these people out of line and made them check the bag and pay the price for it.
If it's legit, like I don't do the whole carry-on situation. That's why when we went to Savannah, I was like panicked because there was like being talked about, hey, we should all bring carry-ons. And I was like, I don't do that. I can't do that. I can't wrap my brain. Maybe it's like the ADHD in me. I just can't do it. It's not going to work for me. So then I see these people and their bags are huge and they're not even going to fit and they're heavy and they're big. And how are you getting them up there?
So those people are purposely being an asshole. Yes, deserve it.
So you're saying that they would pick people that haven't?
If it's been overstuffed, like if you have a backpack, right, and it's supposed to only be this and this, and they can't fit underneath the seat, they're like, okay. Or if it's like 1 inch taller, then they're scouting out people. It's just like the bare minimum they're over.
Well, I mean, the rules are the rules. I think that I guess getting the bonus to find, but aren't you just doing your job if a bag is too big to go in the overhead compartment?
I don't know. I feel like it's a catch-22 there. Like, I'd be pissed. Or if you're one of the last people on a plane and you were purposely not trying to check a bag so you didn't have to wait in line, and all of a sudden they're like, well, we have no room, and now we're mandatorying you to do that. And I'm like, that defeats the purpose.
Yes, I feel bad for those people because they didn't get to pack the size that they wanted of their shampoo and conditioner and all their toiletries and whatever because they were really trying to, avoid the line. I mean, there has to be a way to figure that out ahead of time. I don't understand how you bought a ticket and now you're telling me I have to check my bag. Annoying. Don't love it.
Yeah. It's the people that try to sneak in 2 or 3 or whatever that are taking it up, or the ones that are supposed to go underneath the seat and they're putting them in the overhead compartment.
Yeah, that's unnecessary. What, you want to stretch your legs? Don't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't get to happen here.
No, that's a whole nother episode. Freaking flight courtesy. Ugh.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love these ideas. Flight etiquette. That's hilarious.
So many.
Especially with the travels over the holidays. Or, we can do that one ahead of spring break. We can talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe after our travels in January. You and I will have lots of stories.
We'll have lots of stories for sure.
Well, I think it's freaking time.
Oh, man. Well, sorry, guys. We only gave you like 2 gift ideas.
What was this?
The whole episode was supposed to be inspiring you and helping you figure out if you have a white elephant ready to go to.
Experiences, candles, candle warmers. Figure it out for yourself, okay? No, that's hard. Maybe we'll post them on Instagram. Maybe we'll just do like a story and a live thing to help with different ideas for your gifts. Good luck. Godspeed to all of you. Don't go to the stores on Christmas Eve. Get your shit together, okay? Come on.
Yeah, come on, people. Christmas falls the same time every year. There's no need for it. There's no need for procrastination.
Right.
Yeah. So get your shit together. Thanks for listening.
We're
going to keep being us, so you can keep being you. Cheers.
Bye.